I maxed out every single stat that I could possible. I was a 4, in terms of objectivity. Whatever I'm going to say, it's not going to be in terms of showing off or boasting. It's going to be in terms of pure objectivity of my status. I was a 4, ugly kid, crooked teeth, skinny fat. I, at least, what's the term you guys use, ascended to a 6, above average, to where a lot of people call me handsome. Older women grow my hand. I get a lot of stares, which, whatever. I'm just saying this to be as objective as possible in terms of where I believe I am. I had plenty of opportunity to engage in lustful activities. Some of them I folded. The point being that I did my part. I went for it all in terms of becoming a better man. And at the end of the day, I have no girlfriend. As lonely as anyone could ever be. I'm sure nobody would bat an eye if I leave. I had a good job. I had a very nice sports car. I had a motorcycle even. I appealed to that, what do you guys call it, female gaze. I got a lot of attraction from that. I had a side business. I started a business. I was making close to $60K a year, maybe 70. All for what, man? I did my part. I truly tried to be the best man. Women get to pick, so you have to be the best man. The only thing that I could say I didn't do was show off. I didn't show off to the best of my abilities. I put myself out there enough, and I made a lot of hints of my success, but I never truly went for that. And I thank God that I never did. My ego got the best of me sometimes, yes. I would fold, which disgusts me. I'd fold. I'd choose a pretty girl over God, which disgusts me. And I'm glad that I didn't. I'm glad that I didn't leave that nerdy side of me, because that's who I was. That's who I am. That's everybody has a little bit of their personality split. And whenever I would go into that Machiavellian phase, the whole what's called alpha, trying to be the cool guy, yeah, I would get attention. It was the wrong one. It was all a short-term gain. And here's where the messed up part is. Here's where the irony of all this is. When I was doing that, at least I had somebody. At least I had attention. At least it wasn't this lonely, empty void of abandoning society, But the girls that I would get would lose interest very fast. The people that would get attraction had husbands, which, wow, that's where we're at in society. I think everybody craves. This isn't even about validation, man. It's about love. I wanted to build something with someone. I did all of this for one person, not for many people. All these red pill YouTubers, all of these men that would guide us, they're all craving validation for girls. That's why they're never satisfied for it. I never left God, which I appreciate, because I knew deep down that wasn't the answer. The answer was monogamy. The answer was having someone rely on you, and you work hard, because that dependence just gives you so much energy. And here I am. I did everything possible to be the best man, and left out. And then you want to ask the question of, well, God, I stuck with you. What now? Why is nothing sticking with me? It seems unfair. But that's the thing. Maybe I'm not meant to be married. Maybe I'm not meant to have a relationship. You remember the book of Job, where God allowed all these bad things to happen to Job? And Job, he exclaimed to God, he cried out, he said, life is not fair, you don't know what you're doing. And God retaliated and said, oh really? You don't even know how to govern your life? We all make the wrong choices. A person doesn't even know how to govern a neighborhood, let alone a city. Everything gets corrupted. I am God, I know what's best, even if you can't see it. And that's where I'm at right now. I accept this life. Yeah, it's lonely. Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, I feel this. I'm a social guy. I have so many people thinking that it's okay to talk to me, which it is. It's okay to gravitate towards me because of the social aspect. They don't know that I'm so just empty. That all of that is just not a face that I'm putting on, but it's all for sure. It's all for sure just a small portion of me that's overwhelmingly shadowed by this feeling of loneliness. So I guess this is where we're at. Hopefully, if you're at the stay with me, if you think the juice isn't worth the squeeze, like I think that the juice isn't worth the squeeze, because I've been squeezing so much for nothing, then maybe it's not meant to be, because it's part of God's plan. Maybe you're meant to be alone. Hopefully this reaches out to somebody and shows that you can't have faith in God if God only gives you good things. You're not a true friend if the friend is just so giving. You have to go through the ups and downs of it. Hopefully this reaches some of you guys. Hopefully it stops somebody from blowing their brains out, because there's so much more aspect in life. There's so much more purpose to achieve, especially if you have God. If I didn't have this mindset, if I didn't have this all-being, loving relationship with God, I would just stop being part of society. I would just abandon everything. Hopefully you're not so down bad on this subject, because I know it's important. I know everybody here craves it. I know every man wants a woman by her side, but it's not meant to be, because God meant it not to be. So find something else to do, because God is good. God will give you a greater direction. I am waiting for some sort of financial security in terms of my business, to where I can consistently make $2,000 without working, and I'm just gonna leave society, leave my friends, leave my work, just study with God and talk to you guys, and hopefully get you guys more connected to God. It's a tough world out there, and maybe you should give up on some things, but never give up on God, even though you think God is making your life unfair.